Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Storytime. In this video we're going to be looking at the subreddit Entitled Parents. You guys seem to love this subreddit, so let's sit back, relax and get on with the stories. About a year ago, I was running a small video game tournament in the small company I owned. The waitlist had a full list of 16 people, and it was fine until one person ruined it for all. So we were starting up the games when a dad ran into the store with his son. "We're here for the tournament." "Oh, sorry, but the list is full." "Well then, make some room." "I can't do that." "Listen, I can get you fired with the push of a button." "How?" "I have been friends with the CEO of this company for a long time." "Ha, then call him." I watch him make a fake phone call, then hang up. "He says you're fired." That's funny, considering I am the CEO. The entitled parent's look of shock still makes me laugh to this day. Okay, some background. I was adopted when I was 5 months old. I have 2 very loving mums and 5 amazing sisters, also adopted. As far as I know, my birth mum was some businesswoman who didn't want to raise me. This story takes place when I was 12, so the facts may be a bit fuzzy, but here we go. One day in January, my older mum received a phone call from a woman claiming to be my birth mum, asking if she could visit me. My younger mum figured, why not, thinking she might just want to be a good person. So they set up a date to meet at a local park. We go there early to wait for them to show up. She's very pregnant and the guy next to her was in a suit. We meet, everything is fine, if a bit awkward, until she says, "So, would you like to come live with us?" No, I don't want to. I was impatient and wanted to play, and I ran off to play with my sister until I hear my younger mum yell at my birth mum. "You are not taking my daughter. I'm her real mother. I'm taking her home." "You most certainly are not. She's our daughter." "I don't care what you think. I am taking her." That's when she gets up and starts running to me, grabbing my hand and yanking it. That's when my older mother tackles her, former military and very muscled, pinning her to the ground easily. The husband calls the police on my mum, yelling to let her go. A few minutes later, 2 officers show up. After giving our statement, birth mother claimed they had kidnapped me, and she was taking me home. They arrested both my older mum and my birth mother for 2 days, until after showing them my birth certificate and proof of adoption, they let my older mother go, since she was defending me, and arrested my birth mother for attempted kidnapping and child endangerment. I heard from her a couple months afterwards in letters she sent. Then, after that, nothing. Never heard or saw her again. Not that I want to. I find out later that she moved to the US, and that is the last I heard of her. That was 3 years ago. Entitled Preschool Teacher tries to take my stuff away because it's against her rules. I'm 16, and from time to time, I work at a federal parliament in Germany. I live a bit outside the city, so I have to take a 30-minute train ride to work. I sat in a train this morning and started to work on my laptop because I messed something up yesterday and had to correct it. From time to time, I looked on my phone to check if there is something important going on. On a station, a whole preschool class steps in, but so far, no problems. Suddenly, Entitled Teacher comes up to me and tells me to pack away my stuff or she will take it. I'm like, sorry? What do you mean? She tells me that the children are not allowed to bring their mobiles to class, and to make it fair, I shouldn't be using my mobile and laptop either. I tell her that I'm not in her preschool class, but she overhears it and goes on telling me how technology spoils children and how everything was better without technology, and that God didn't want us to have such things as computers. By that time, I'm upset because I didn't discover the error by now, and I hate this kind of work. Entitled Teacher takes my phone, which sits on the table charging, so I stand up and tell her to give it back. She gives me my phone back, but then turns to my laptop to read what's on it. I lock the laptop quickly because I work with some data that isn't meant for everyone. Nothing too important, but it's a secret. Entitled Teacher tells me to unlock it because she wants to see what's so important to ignore her. So I tell her that I can't because I'm working with secret data. Entitled Teacher looks at me in disgust and tells me not to do like I was important because I'm still a kid. Without saying a word, I take my bag, my phone, and my laptop and get out. I'm sorry, she must have looked really young for the preschool teacher to think she was in her class or like a kid. Like a 16-year-old and like a 5-year-old is pretty different. So a couple of days ago, I was out getting new shoes and decided to go to a Buffalo Wild Wings near me. I'm a wing guy. We walk in and I wait to be seated. After about 10 minutes, the place was crowded, we got a seat. We ordered and everything was going well. Then a man and his son, I say son, but he looked like he was a junior or senior at high school, walked in and didn't even wait for someone to seat them. He got the last open table and cut in front of a couple of people. I was kind of weirded out, but kept eating. The waitress serving a majority of the people came over and this is the conversation that followed. "Can you please go back up to the front and wait to be seated?" "It's fine. We just need menus, and we'll order. You cut in front of about 3 or 4 people trying to be seated. It's not much. We're probably gonna have people leaving soon. Okay, then just seat them there. It's no big deal. Wrong. The next person who left about 20 minutes later, and the people in the line were visibly annoyed. The table with entitled dad and entitled kid still didn't have menus, and the line was so much longer than before. Can we get some service here? Sir, can you please just wait in the line? The entitled dad stood up and got really close to the waitress. Give me some menus, now. The waitress went to get the manager. He came out and told them to please leave and to not come back, as they were being very disrespectful to others. Well, screw you too, you stupid a-hole. He left with the entitled kid, who surprisingly didn't say anything throughout the whole time. I guess his dad forced him to do it, but I don't really know. That was a good entitled parent story, but I wonder if the original poster liked his wings. Hey everyone, that does it for this episode of r/entitled parents. I hope you're all having a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you're new around here, do consider subscribing, and I will see you tomorrow.